Physics of Bowling by Chris Davis. Bowling is one of the most accessible sports in most areas of the country, and many of its aspects can be linked to physics. Achieving maximum power, throwing the hook ball, and getting good pin action can all be broken down into physics equations. Four of these aspects that can be explained using physics terms are potential energy, direction of initial force, direction of impact, and pin action. The amount of potential energy in a bowling ball directly depends on the height from which the bowler throws the bowling ball. If the bowling ball is released too high, it will cause the ball to bounce on the wooden floors of the lane, absorbing much of the potential energy in the ball. Remember, the horizontal velocity is independent of the vertical velocity, hence the ball will take the same amount of time to reach the pins, regardless of how much time it spends airborne. If you want to be a pro at bowling, you'll have to release the ball with a force almost perfectly parallel to the horizon. Since the horizontal velocity is independent of the vertical velocity, any force that is not parallel to the horizon is wasting energy, and who wants to do that? I know I sure don't. Because you just look plain silly bouncing the ball off the lane, all energy should be spent in the horizontal direction. Since the energy thrown in the horizontal direction is all the energy the bowler gets to make the pins fall down, you better make it count. If you're bowling with a person who uses a hook shot, you know they're good because they are taking advantage of friction. A hook ball is when the ball goes about 2/3 of the way down the lane before curving into the pins. The oil placed on the lanes produces a small coefficient of kinetic friction. Therefore, it takes a long time and a lot of torque on the ball to cause it to curve into the pins. The ball accelerates to the left or right as it catches what little friction it can. The reason why it is advantageous to throw a hook ball is due to the direction of the collisions with the pins. Throwing the ball straight down the lane, like most amateurs do, does not distribute the impact efficiently. Once in a while, a straight bowler might get a lucky strike, but more often than not, they'll just get a split.
And splits are really hard to pick up.
The best way to get a strike is to throw it in the pocket. The pocket is an area between the head pin and one of its neighboring pins. It's best to hit the pocket at a 30-degree angle, which can only be achieved by throwing a hook ball. Hook balls are also the best way to achieve maximum pin action. Pin action is caused by elastic collisions. Once the bowling ball hits some pins, it sends those pins into more pins, and those pins into more pins, and those pins into more pins, and those pins into more pins, until you get a strike. Because of this kinetic insanity, strikes are almost as unique as snowflakes. During pin action, some of the energy is transformed into sound. If the bowler produces a sound not unlike a marble statue being knocked over by a wild stampede of elephants in the city of Bombay, then you know that you've thrown a very strong ball. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you learned so much about bowling, and I leave you with a few clips of what professional bowling should look like.
Stay hot. 13 straight TV wins, including 5 in Japan this year. And a great beginning to this tour season on TV. First ever career back-to-back TV appearances. Japan now here at Tulsa. Hello, knocks it down.
Strike here, Chris Barnes can cut Tommy Jones' lead to 21.
Look at that. Shreds the rack again.